Hi everyone, here's my monthly guidance reading for you for the month of March. So before we start, I want you to just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths in. And when you breathe in, just breathe in the word calm. And when you breathe out the word calm. And each time you do it, just feel that calm energy, that calm feeling. Fill your body and just kind of cleanse your body. And if you can do that for 3 or 4 times, just to relax you before we go in to see what the cards and that have to say for us all. So if you can do that for me now, please. So here we go. So I shuffled the cards and I thought, what guidance does March bring for us? Remember, sometimes there might be things that may take a while to come forward, or to appear in a sense. This is my interpretation. It's not from a book. So, but here we go. So I don't know what the cards are, but I did shuffle from each different pack and said, what do I need to say? What needs to come out? What advice is needed for the month of March? So I'm just going to turn over all the cards just to see. They're from different packs, different sets, just to see what the energy of the cards are saying to me. First of all, well, I think there is definitely a feeling of sense of humour is needed, I say, this month. A bit of sense of humour. Not taking things too seriously, I'd say. But also maintaining your childlike spirit. And with the card of raccoon, which is also kind of the trickster, the humorous, the fun animal in a sense. So definitely this month, first of all, we need a bit of sense of humour, We've also got the card of sensitivity as well, actually. So make sure that you're able to laugh at yourself and don't take things too seriously, These cards are also telling me don't believe everything you hear or see and stuff like that as well. But there might be, it might be a time of sorting things out. It might be a time when you're starting to clear things out. You won't see all the results this month, but you may start to feel like you're ready for a change and ready to step out of things and do things differently. What I will say from the card of the Weasel, you have the energy, you have the ability, and you have the strength to push forward as well, really. So make sure that you do balance your mind, body and spirit. A good one for this card for fitness and energy if you're thinking of getting fit and stuff like that. I feel with the Queen of Swords, what I am drawn from the Queen of Swords, I'm really drawn to the water, the emotions. So make sure when you make decisions, you are doing it from a balanced, emotional way, not from just cutthroat, angry and stuff like that as well. So this is also what I am drawn to, because I'm not necessarily drawn to, I can't really see her face in a way. So this is telling me that it is important that you follow your path, that you follow what's right for you, what's right for your body, what's right for your spirit, or what's right for your soul as well, really. But also, I feel like she's watering the ground, so it's time to plant those seeds and it's time to make things grow. Some of you actually might get out in the garden and start doing those things. But this seems a bit more deeper as well. Very much a time for being very analytical, looking into your mind, looking into study, looking into kind of work areas around you as well. Some, I'd say with you around you, that your work situations is not dead in the water. There is still more to come. Some of you may be thinking of, because of what's going on about your working area. I feel with some, it's not saying it's the end, but it might be you need to do things a little bit differently as well. This card will be very much connected into some of you if you're thinking of moving or change of jobs or change of location or, even sorting out paperwork. There might be paperwork coming up around you, and it's a good time to get on top of paperwork as well, really. But what I am drawn is kind of sort of like the scales of balance around there as well. So as time goes on, there is a sense of balance. I am drawn to the energy of the scales, which can represent Libra. But I would say to you that some things may not necessarily be happening or materialising at the moment. But if you're thinking of planting some seeds a bit later on, you know, for later on in a sense, you will see that they will grow. So if you're still beavering away and pushing forward and thinking nothing's changing, keep at it, because changes will come around you. But like I said to you at the beginning, we've got the card of saying maintain your childlike spirit. So keep that energy around you, you know, keep that energy around you. Anything that's stressing you out, whether you're watching the news or listening to things and it's affecting your mental health, switch off from it. It's time to have a bit of freedom, a bit of magic, connecting to that path now. I mean, of course, if everyone has been very, very serious for a very, very long time, but the pathway we want to go down now is a card that's magical, and it's a card that's full of joy, happiness, and new adventures as well, really. So you've got to ask yourself with this card, am I being negative? Am I always down on myself? Am I down on the world and moaning? You need to shake things up and change things up now, actually, because what this card is telling me is that you're more in control of your path than what you realise. So the best thing around now is to have a bit of freedom, a bit of joy, a bit of happiness, and you'll start to see things happening around you as well. But I think also this can just say to you, it's time to switch off from life a little bit and you know, even if it's get out and get some fresh air in nature and do things that you wouldn't usually do, you know, run in the sea, I don't know, go out in the fresh air and get on a bike if you've not been on a bike for years, or on a pair of roller skates or whatever. Do those things because it's time to have a bit of fun as well, really. And also this card represents magic, so anything that makes you feel magical, whether it's watching a movie and a movie that inspires you, whether it's like watching a fairy tale, listen to a fairy tale or something, or watching a movie that, I don't know, Eat, Pray, Love, or something that kind of inspires you. This card really, really sort of like is good for that as well. The other card around is quite interesting. It's a card of acceptance of love. So this is a very strong card for love, but it's asking you, where are you on your journey of love? So if you're ready for love, this can say love's coming in. But if you're looking for love and you're not ready for it, you've still got some healing to do, then it's important you stop. Don't look and focus on you, and do some healing on yourself. But if you're ready for love and open to love, this can come in, you know. It's not a card, I feel, that's very much set in gold, you know. So, you know, be open to love. But when I say set in gold, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to go online dating or something like that. It says it can come in. But if you are open to that, it says it can come in. So there's no fixed way of saying this is coming in. It says it can if you're looking for love. But I have to say to you, if you're not ready for it, it's not going to come in. So it's a time to really do some healing, some release. And so if you've been hurt, if you've been let down, if you've still got some pain to do with the past, sit down, sit out in nature, write a letter to the universe to release your pain. Sit and get a candle, do it like a ritual, put it in an envelope, and then bury it in the garden somewhere, or get rid of it, you know, once you've released it, you know, and just ask for it to be released. Sometimes that's all you need to do. And then start listening to happy like songs about love, and think of anything to do with love, you know. If you're in a stale relationship, if you're kind of sort of like not really happy, this card's also telling me that those things will get stronger and stronger, you know. And it kind of also says, really, we're not here for very long, so it's important to love, be loved, and follow your heart in a way, really. So the other card around you is a card of Vesta, which is a good card to do with home. You know, everyone's been stuck at home and feeling kind of like, I don't know, heavy and stuff like that. This is telling you there's changes coming up around. Some people may be thinking about moving, not necessarily, it won't be happening maybe this month, but it could happen this year as well. So some of you out there will actually have a new home coming this year, but it's probably not going to happen at the moment. But you might, some of you might actually be moving this month, but you might see as the month goes on, things may change around you. If there's been any stress in the home, it could get easier as well, really. So make sure that you don't sort of like, just kind of sort of like think this is how it's always going to be, because your home life situation should start to sort of like get a bit easier. But if there's a part of you that really wants to move and really wants a fresh start, you'll find that this year the energy for that will get stronger, and you'll find also that it might actually happen around you. This month is going to be also a month where your sensitivity, your emotions are going to be quite strong around you. So go gentle with yourself, you know. Not a great month for overindulgence with drink, with sugars, with anything that's sort of like is not good for your body. You'll find also that maybe you have more bad stomachs or aches and pains, or maybe you might find that you know, you've got more skin complaints and stuff like that, because you need to make sure that you are kind of putting the right things in your body this month as well. So have a look round and just see if you need to boost up your vitamins, if you need to cut back on this, if you need to cut back on that as well. You're not going to get the best support, the best comfort if you're overindulging in sugars, in alcohol, in anything that's not really purifying you or boosting you up as well. But you will find actually that you will get sort of like great comfort from fresh air, from water, from just being a bit healthy. I mean, everyone knows all these things. So this is just telling you to be a bit gentle with yourself, because sensitivity card is telling us that we might be feeling a bit fragile at times. Also can say to us, be careful who's around you as well. You know, stay away from kind of heavy energies. But the outlook of the card feels like as we go forward, you know, maintain the childlike quality, the acceptance of love. This card seems really strong for the acceptance of love, but what I do feel with it is, well, you've got to be honest with yourself. It's time to be honest. I mean, it's not worth kidding yourself or lying, you know. If your heart is not free and not open, then don't go looking for love, because you'll only find another disaster. If you're ready for love, and you know, because you've gone through a time of healing and cleansing, and you're just ready, then this is a great time. But this is a really, really good time to free your heart as well, you know. You have to kind of stand with this card. It's very much like a strong connection with two souls that are both on the same page and both ready. So if you're looking for someone because you're needy or lonely and stuff like that, you're not going to find that as well. You've got to stand in your own independence, but you've also got to stand in your own truth of who you are as well. But this card is saying that someone can come in that can that's compatible and connected, and they will be connected to you as well, because basically, you know, your heart is just free for love, and that's what it wants, you know. So I hope that makes sense. It's quite a deep one. Even if you're in a relationship as well, I'd say, you know, it's not saying to you just take it for granted, you know, because this is telling me as well, because I'm drawn to the energies of this card, that you have to make sure that you're putting effort into it. If you get complacent a little bit down the line, you're going to regret it as well. So don't just think because I've got a partner everything is tickety-boo. You need to make sure you put some energy in it as well, really. But once you get going with this card, it's quite a beautiful card actually. So some of you, listen, I mean, I am very drawn to this card quite strongly, so it might not happen overnight, but definitely. And what's really good, because there's roots there, if you really work on yourself, if you're really ready for it, you could meet a really like-minded soul. But also with the card of raccoon, have a bit of fun, have a bit of kind of sort of like joy if you can. But raccoon can also say to you that it's time to be honest with yourself. Don't kid yourself now. Don't try to trick yourself. You have to be honest with your feelings and emotions. And with these other energies of these cards, it is asking what you need to release. You know, what I do feel sometimes with this card is the mental stuff. Okay, so I'm drawn to the swords, and it is the Queen of Swords, but I am very much drawn to the mind in a sense. So what do you need to let go of now? What do you need to release? And it's time to release things as well. Some of you may find a new face, a new person, a new energy comes in to help you along your way. Some of you may find that actually you move away from different people and different faces. Some of you may find that you actually just kind of hear from someone you've not heard from for a while. But I am drawn to sort of like the energy of kind of like the air signs, because next to the Justice, Libra and Gemini. So I think from now to Gemini, from now till September when we get into Libra, I think there's going to be like changes coming up around as well. When I look at these cards, they feel a bit mismatched. They feel a bit kind of, 1 minute I can feel okay, the next minute I feel like I'm off the boil. But what I do feel as well actually is not to take things too serious and not to think, okay, this month is how it is. I think you will start to see changes coming up around you quite strongly, but everything, as we know, is not really going to change overnight as well. But I do feel that there is a different energy, a different vibe as well. So I am seeing new faces, new people slowly kind of popping up, slowly coming in. I mean, with the card of the Queen of Swords, if you think about it, if she's like the air sign, which she is, you know, and if you look into the energy of the air sign, say for instance, I look into sort of like the next air sign that comes along is Gemini. The areas of communication, so if you want to do things online, connect with people online, it's a good time to do it as well. I do feel it's important that you keep pushing forward with some of you, because some of you may find that some results or some good luck or some rewards for your hard work is about to pay off. So it'd be very, very, very sad if you've been putting a lot of hard work into something and then you give up at the last minute. So make sure you keep going forward as well. But I'm just gonna, there's one other card that's come out around you, and this is the last card is a card of peace, you know. So as we go forward out of this month, there's a sense of peace, of things flowing a little bit more around, you know. But what I do feel very strongly is kind of sticking to what works well for you, sticking to who you are, but be open to new ideas, be open to new faces, be open to doing things very differently, you know. So I don't think it's a month of changing everything, but it is a month of planting the seeds for things that are yet to come a little bit further on around you. But you know, maintain your childlike spirit, keep the energy flowing. So just laugh sometimes, and laughter's a great thing. Be around people that uplift you, and you know, or even if it's a conversation on the phone. Get out in nature and feel nature and feel the magic of nature. Connect back into that childlike quality where you believe in magic and anything is possible as well. The energy feels like it's shifting, you know. It feels like as if the tide is slowly going out. But I don't think you're going to get everything you desire this month. But this is a time for changes. I mean, no doubt about it, after what's gone on with everyone for over a year, you know, everybody will be feeling a bit jaded, a bit stressed, a bit anxious. But get back to sort of like who you are, what you want in life and what you desire, you know, and start to move forward in that way as well. If it's a new job, then focus on that a little bit. And if you want to move, focus on that. Even if you want to travel, I know no one's traveling yet, but we're planting the seeds. You know, later on you'll be able to. Things will change. Life will change. So you might start to see that life changes a little bit. But I am drawn to the balance. You know, the balance. I am drawn to the scales. Be careful what you listen to. You know, take on board what you can. If things get too much, then switch off. You know, the balance around. I see some contracts coming around some people. People might be like thinking of signing a contract or doing something for contracts. But this card's also telling me as well, don't lose heart. Don't lose heart. But also as well, actually keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward, because we're going into a new phase. We're going into like the springtime, and that's when the flowers and the buds start to sort of like grow. So if you've been feeling uninspired, trapped, if you've been feeling scared, lost and stuff like that, there's a different energy around. There's a different energy around coming around you. You will feel very, very differently as time goes on. Cards are very, very nice, and they are like, but they are very different. The energy around them feels very, very different. So this is the last card, as I said before, is a card of peace. You know, and this is saying to you, there's no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. So when we keep the mind calm and clear, things start to flow around us. So remember, if you start getting anxious and stressed, do something fun, switch off, have a conversation with a friend or someone that makes you laugh, go for a walk, because things are changing around. They may be different, but it doesn't mean that your life can't be happy again. So March seems to me as if it's the month of changes, slowly moving forward and starting to maybe get your life back on track again.